welcome to sunny morning here at the El Dorado Royale in Mexico's Riviera Maya. I'm Elliot Ballman and this is Silvia Reza.
I am Silvia Reza. Welcome to El Dorado.
Welcome. You're going to have a great show with us today. We've got so much coming up for you today. We've got all the top stories, we've got top lifestyle, we've got some top recipes for you. So without further ado, let's get started. Hello and welcome. Today's an amazing day here in Mexico in the Riviera Maya. The weather outside, temperature is about 24, 25 degrees. Had a light shower, but the forecast looks absolutely scorching this afternoon. So,
well, it's the Caribbean. Still, it's really perfect.
Yeah,
you know,
March.
24 is not really bad.
I mean,
And it's sunny.
It's a lovely sunny day. You know, we have 304 sunny days a year waiting for you down here in Mexico. So if you're really now, you know, fed up with scraping the drive and trying to find your car in the morning in those outer reaches of Canada or Buffalo in New York, did you see the weather? That nor'easter they've been getting over there.
I know.
They've been
So
getting
you better come
pounded.
down here. It's beautiful. And come here also to the Sunday morning show with us here, broadcasting at El Dorado Royale Resort.
Yeah, we'd love to have you here on the show. This format, it's a free-for-all. So if you come into the studio, we'd love to have you here on the sofa. We're talking today about all the top developing stories, as well as some of the most important lifestyle issues with our expert, Silvia Reza. But kicking off today, you know, watching the news first thing this morning, guess what was on the first thing on the newsreel again this
Don't
morning?
tell me.
Do we tell you?
Okay.
Mr. DT.
Oh my
again?
gosh. So what is up to him now? What is he up
there
to?
a day where he's not making headlines or someone leaving the White House? Well, of course,
Okay.
the ongoing situation with the trade tariffs. But today is the day. It's deadline day. 3:30 this afternoon at the White House, they'll be announcing the exact measures. He tweeted this morning, you know, that I'm looking forward to 3:30. Can I do a Donald Trump
Please,
for you?
could you,
Can I do it?
yes, I was going to
Hey,
ask you.
Everybody, 3:30 this afternoon, tune in at the White House. We're going to be live with my special announcement. So,
Oh, and what's going to be the announcement, by the way?
Well, he's going to announce what countries are going to be, labeled or stamped with this new trade tariff tax. Could be as much as 25% on steel and 10% on aluminum. But he's now backed down a little bit because, you know, it's been a whirlwind week in Capitol Hill. They've had, well, the major news was the resignation on Tuesday, right, of Gary
Exactly.
Cohn. We talked about that a little bit earlier this week. But, you know, it's on the back of several other resignations. And to me, you know, what's really driving this story is there's two key people right now behind Donald Trump, Peter Navarro and Wilbur Ross. And of course, they're hardline, America first, politician, advisor, advocate. So, you know, poor Gary Cohn, obviously the voice of reason, the voice of American industry. He wanted to bring a roundtable meeting, but business leaders are really concerned. The stock market, I mean, you saw the stock market this morning. I was sharing with you Wall Street.
You told me. You
Yeah.
told us this morning. I mean, this is outrageous what's happening. Well, there's an author. His last name is Hank. He actually wrote an article about that, saying that Trump right now is everything he's doing and saying is showing that he's clueless completely about doing a commercial trade with everybody, and especially because we're talking about a whole country, not only just business-wise.
Yeah.
So this is really unbelievable because he is just, this is about, I think, I want you to do that, and you to do that, and you to do that other thing. And he's really only caring about himself and, you know, making sure that the whole world has his eyes on him while he is, according to his perspective, he's the only person who knows everything about business.
Yeah.
And guess what? It's not like that. It's going to create an imbalance economically wise.
Yeah.
It's going to affect the stock market for sure, not only in that business, but in any other business, it's going to happen as well. and then it's going to destabilize a lot of the countries. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
the ones who let them step in.
investors are shaking right now because they've been on a run for nearly 9 years, okay? We had a bull market with a really small ripple, okay? About 10 days ago, the stock markets corrected themselves. You know, the bubble obviously was a little bit inflated, but things are back to normal. And what's my concern is this is damaging America's growth prospects. The growth prospects were really solid for this year, but now this is creating a major step backwards. European Union Commissioner Cecilia Malmström, now she's weighed into the debate. Now, you don't want to get on the wrong side of her because she's she's got people behind her like Angela Merkel.
Exactly.
She's got Theresa May right now. She's extremely nervous. Theresa May has got this entire Brexit deal to put through, and she's not obviously at her best moment right now to be distracted by these Trump tariffs. So then he's not winning any allies there. And you know what he said? What was really my first concern, as soon as he said that I'm going to start taxing or putting more tax on European products because these are national security threats.
Yes.
I mean, what kind of products? Tell me, I mean, what were the products again?
Like orange juice or cranberry juice or
Peanut butter. For crying
peanut
out loud.
butter.
A national security threat? Are you serious?
I can't believe what I'm hearing.
Honestly, I open my Twitter accounts every day and I just don't know what I'm going to see next. I don't know what to believe, you know, what's a tweet or what's coming out of the Oval Office. These poor communications directors. I was talking to a guy here this morning, right? Scott popped into the office this morning here, and lovely guy, he's from Hawaii. And I said to him, so what's your take on today's story? And he says, you know what? Out there in Hawaii, Donald Trump doesn't give a hoot about us out there, you know. He lives in a Honolulu, this chap. And he says the politics, the situation, it's all about Washington, it's all about Trump, it's all about what's in it for him. Americans are becoming desensitized. So, I don't know, for us in Mexico as your neighbors, we're saying, you know, if you have a cold out there, you know, if you get physically sick, you have a cold, we're going to get pneumonia down here, right?
Exactly.
But the good thing, there is one shining light at the end of this tunnel, Sylvia, and what I think is really great is that now he's taken a bit of a step back. The European Commissioner, Cecilia Malmström, has forced him to take a bit of a step back and to soften his stance on it, right?
Well, now somebody's smart in the house, right? So that's wonderful.
Well, it looks like for now Mexico and Canada are exempt because we're in NAFTA
really?
trade talks. Yeah,
Oh.
for now. Things can change in a heartbeat. You know, watch this space.
Because it looks like everybody's in his black book, right? Like, okay,
Yeah.
so China, okay, you go the highest because I don't like you. Why? For whatever reason. And then South Korea, well, I don't like you either, so you pay that much.
We just raised
Europe,
washing
okay.
machine tariffs for crying out loud there.
Exactly. Then, you know, and Mexico, well, I'm glad that you bring that up because I was going to say, you know, like he's going to just be a reminder, like, and you, Mexico, you own me because, and you want to make you pay for interest because you don't agree to build the wall. So I'm going to put you the highest interest of anybody else.
Well, this is it, you know,
I'm
for
glad
now.
we are exempt for now.
We're exempt until we get to, but I told you yesterday, you know, in 5 weeks' time, this thing is going to get enormous again when they go back to Washington for the 8th round of the NAFTA renegotiations. Of course, by then, depending, I mean, it's on his home soil, and kind of he's got home soil advantage with NAFTA, right? I mean, it pings every time it's held in whatever resident country. Have you noticed how...
Yes.
Obviously, how the media portray the talks. It was in Mexico, so Mexico came out and said, fantastic, we made great progress. Meanwhile, US a little bit, you know, down in the mouth saying it's not going fast enough. So, but if he still perceives, and he's pushing up the agenda so fast, you know what, he's got the people in Washington right now. He wanted them to make this announcement at 12 o'clock today. He was going to have all of the administration in the White House working on exactly what these trade tariffs would be in which country all night long just to get this out there. You know, he's not backing down. I mean, what kind of leadership is that?
You know what, I would like to make a comment, not just regarding that, but regarding actually human beings. In history, normally there's always a tyrant, right? A tyrant who actually wants to control everybody and countries, and that's why they conquer and conquer and conquer.
Yeah.
But I always wonder myself, how come if all the politicians of the rest of the countries are a lot more than only one person, how can someone nonsense person can actually try to control, right, the rest of the world. Come on.
Yeah, of course,
you
of
know?
course, you know.
Merkel, I mean, like, get up. I mean, you are very nice, and everybody wants to be very politics, which is great. But you know what? It's time to, get up, stand up, and say, okay, we're not gonna let you do what you're not gonna really just, wave on us and, just tear down everything
Yeah.
we've been building through the time. So,
yeah.
and there's a lot more people that actually have knowledgement, commercial knowledgement, political knowledgement. Come on, everybody get up, all the politicians out there, China, South Korea, England, Germany, Mexico, why not, Canada, everybody else, stand up and say, you know what, this is what we're going to do. And make a trade, make a proposal to Trump. That's what I would do.
Listen to Sylvia.
Please.
She
okay?
knows best. Don't argue. It's International Women's
And
Day. We're going
let's-
to a commercial break. We'll see you in a few moments.